I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes to kick this off. Let some more people join in. All right, perfect. Hey, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good morning. My name is Akshay and I'm from Decisions Sales Engineering team. And I'll try to answer some of your questions in today's Lunch and Learn. We have this session daily from Monday to Thursday, 12 to 1 p.m. EST. You can use the chat option to put your questions that you have. And I'll just look at them and we can look through the solutions on that. I have a couple of questions on my list here. The first one we're going to look at, is there a way to change reassignment default email in Decisions? For example, I think this is from Manal Mansoor, I think. Okay. So Manal, if you're there on the call, I think you are, can you mention the Decisions version that you're using?
Good afternoon. We're using 8.12.
Oh, okay, perfect. 8.12. So let me see. So on your, there's a way to change that. Like the answer to that question is yes. And how you can change that is in your global search bar. If you have your instance also open, you can also search that. Look for a term notification there. So this is a setting that we have to change in the studio side. So you will find something like notification assignment state changed. So when you click on that, you can edit and it'll show you some settings in Decision Studio. And inside this form, you will see there's an option for email template. Now, if you had, now by default, it takes Decisions template as just like how you're seeing right now when you change the assignment to some other user. But if you have your custom email templates, the list would be available here in this drop down. And then you can just pick the one that you want to use. And I think next time you reassign to someone, it'll use that particular template that you choose here.
Actually, quick question.
Sure.
I did search it for the notification. It doesn't show assignment state change.
Okay, so you will have to click on more, so it might not show in the first one notification. So see, when you scroll it down, you see there's an option more.
Okay.
I'm just showing that on my screen.
Gotcha. I clicked on that.
And then there will be some more options. And inside that, you can see notification in brackets. It says assignment change, state change.
Yeah, that's weird because I have the send notification with files with URL. But then it doesn't show me that notification flows.
Okay, you can also search by the term assignment.
And yeah, it still doesn't show it with assignment either.
Okay, let's see. I'm on my 8.12 now. And I think you're also on 8.12, right?
Yes, 8.12.1. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
So let me try. So if you search for notification, I'm on 8.12. It should come like when you scroll down. It's right there. Like, you know, if you see my screen, notification is in the square brackets and it says assignment state changed.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't even have like the default notifications. I don't get that either. I get notification flows, notification types, notification filters, and then it says sent notification. And then after that, it's just all sent.
And when you scroll down, do you see this
Mhm.
icon or this link more?
Yes, and I did, and it doesn't have anything more left. Is there anything else I can access? Because I asked my manager and he said I have the whole admin access too.
Go up in the note. You are the admin, right?
Yes. Or is there like certain permission needed for this?
No, if you're admin, you should be able to see this. I don't think there's any bigger permission than admin. What all do you see? I mean, this is very weird. I'm on the same instance and I see right away. I see all the notification settings here, and one of them is assignment change state.
So I see till like notification filters like you do, but
Mhm.
my shows up has like a folder rather than like yours shows like an entity. And after that, it's just send notification advance, send notification to accounts and groups. Yeah, I
Are
don't have.
you adding any space or before or after the keyword notification
Mm-mm.
when you're searching it?
Yeah, if you want, I can even share my screen. It's just weird that it doesn't show anything.
Okay. I'm not sure if this screen sharing is okay. Hey, Adrian, if you're still around, is it okay to screen share?
No,
No.
unfortunately, no, we
Okay,
don't
yeah.
screen share anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That makes it easy. And when you click more, like what do you see, Mano?
When I click more, that's after the more. So,
Okay.
and then I click more, and then I just see like send notification with URL, bulk incident notification, and then I think it's all our groups.
Yeah, I see these too. But like if you scroll up, I also see assignment state change.
Yeah, that is really weird. Why don't I see it? Even like when I click on the whole main folder of notification, the only flow elements I have is send notification advance, show
Mhm.
pop-up, or send notification with files.
Yeah, I see them as well here.
And then the assignment folder is just empty.
Yeah, made sure that there's no space, right? Because see, if I give space, I don't see what I'm looking for.
Let me see. No, I don't have any space. Oh, wait, Was it send notification to accounts and groups or
There's a setting. It's
assignments?
called assignment state
State
changed.
change.
Do
Yeah,
you see
no,
it?
no. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. That is so weird.
Notification times folder. I think there's another way. I think VT has, if you go to administration, notifications, yeah,
Administration.
and
Yes.
then notification types. And there in the number 11, you will see assignment state changed.
I do see it now. Yes. So that's just a folder I just edited.
What's that?
Mhm.
But I don't see what I want to see here through this setting. Assign, notifying to assigned. Yeah, there you go. Click on default notifications. Do you see that folder?
Yes, I do.
And the number 1 that says assignment state changed.
Mhm.
Right click and click on edit there.
Yes, now I can see that, what you were seeing.
Yeah. Now scroll down and you will see a drop down called email template.
Okay, perfect. Yes, that is great. Just one more last question related to that. They also
Sure.
wanted to add the link to the dashboard. We can't do that, right? For example, like specific, for example, I have an application called credit card application, and they wanted to add a link to that in that template.
They want to add a link to that template.
Usually, like how I do it is like I just do the merge velocity step, and then I add the template or like the merge HTML text. Do you know if you can do that here?
So this is right, this is a notification that's sent. It just has a message which says a task has been assigned to you, and there's a button to like respond to task. You click on that, it takes you to the form where you can do the work. Is it like a constant link that will always be the same, whoever gets this message?
Yes, only if they do it in that project, like it cannot be same for all of the users because every project is different with the different dashboards, but as long as it's that project, yes.
Yeah, so maybe what you can do is in the template, you can have that link embedded there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because when you're creating that template, you have like all the options to add a link there, or to add a CSS there. You can do that there.
Gotcha. And actually, just one last thing. It's not going to change for all of the people, right? So for example, if I do...
it would like if you're saying that you want to use that for it would use for all the projects, because this is like a main setting here.
Oh, like a global?
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe you try exploring this. I have never explored this, but it also has notification flows. So maybe you can have like a custom link in an email that goes from here, pre-processing notification.
Gotcha.
We can explore that, but yeah, the first part of the problem can be solved using this.
Okay.
The email template. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This helps a lot. I appreciate all your help again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I have one more question. I built an API flow, set its integration API, JSON URL, and the service URL provided takes into parameters and output data. It's telling, but I want to test it. Sure, write the code. So if you just are looking to test that, you can always use a client like Postman. You would just copy paste your post or get URL there in the Postman console, provide the inputs, and hit send. If it's successful, it's going to give you back the response. That's how you can test your API if you would like to. Just test them.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, hi, thank you. So, I was actually talking about the view option after you build the flow and you set the configuration of the API, then you have the view to kind of
Right.
test it, right? And
Mhm.
then when I open the view, I get this page that there are many options there. I'm not sure which one to
Oh, okay.
select. So on the left there is setup, and there's under setup there is logging, and you have logging
Got it.
or
Yeah.
all these sessions. I'm not sure
Okay.
which one to choose.
Understood. Yeah, no problem. I can show you that. Yeah. So let's say this is our flow. I would just create a simple input here. So you're saying these are the options that you see and you're not sure how to use that, right? To test it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Do
exactly.
you see an option? It's called current session ID.
Yes, there is.
Okay. So if you select on that,
Okay.
and when you do that, it adds that input to your post JSON structure.
Yeah.
Or it also adds that in your get also. So you can just copy that JSON if you want to test. And if you have Postman, you can go to Postman. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to take my URL here, paste it in Postman post. And in the body, I can define that JSON, which is right here, including that session ID.
A question about JSON. When I'm passing
Sure.
parameters, they are
Mhm.
strings.
The strings. Okay.
Yeah. So I put double quotes or single quotes or none.
In when you're testing that, yeah, you would have to put that. For example, I'm just passing in the age here. It doesn't need any
Okay.
quotes, so it
Yeah.
makes that call, and it sends me back the age as the output. But if it's
Right.
like a string, you would have to pass it as a string, and I can test that as well. Like, and I can just take one more input here just to show you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to take the string as the double quotes now. So I have a new
Okay.
JSON request here. I have it here. I can pass this, let's say 40. So when I make that call, it gets me the age and the name. So in your case, it's going to be the output. Yeah.
If I'm passing an object, it's a data structure that is
Yeah.
already built in the system, and the data structure is like it has multiple fields, and I'm passing a list of that object to the
Right.
API flow. If I'm testing here, so I add nested parentheses, and then within each one, like there is
Yeah.
a
So that'll
number.
be taken care by your JSON. So if you have like a complex object, let's try that also, so you can see. So can have account number. So now I have a defined data structure in my input, right? So what you see here, it breaks that down for you, so you don't have to define them. So let me take it from here. You would just copy paste like the whole JSON request here, and then you see it has a nested components in that. Age and name are like simple, and in the account name you see it's nested because it's
Yes.
your defined data structure. So similarly, it would be your case. So if it's an array, they would be like, it would be
Nested,
like, yeah, it would have like a main square brackets, and inside that there would be, like list of these curly brackets separated by a comma, so that your API would know that it's going to be like an array of something.
Right.
Yeah.
But like seeing what you're doing here, I won't even have to write all that. I would just have to fill in the values, right? Because I see that.
Yeah, you don't have to like
it,
create it. You just fill in the values. Yeah, absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Right. So when you create that API in decisions, it automatically knows what type of inputs you're wanting to push to the API, and it
Yes.
unpacks all the attributes in a way that you can pass values directly.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see here, yeah.
Okay, and so if I can test it here, what's the purpose of Postman?
It's
Like,
just like
does it provide extra something?
I mean, it's just like more user friendly because Postman is built for this purpose. For
Okay.
decisions, it's just like giving you an endpoint. You can test it here as well, but here, like it's more visibly appealing to me, so that I
Yes.
use it. Yeah, that's why.
Okay. So my first question was, what session ID? And you showed me that I should use the current session ID. So I'm writing a documentation, a project documentation for the client on how to use the APIs.
Right.
So in the documentation, like which session ID? Because which session ID should I write in the project documentation and the API documentation that the
Right.
client should use? Because this current session ID is when I am testing it, but
Correct.
what about when they are using it?
Yeah, so you can refer to this documentation page. I'm just, I just opened it on the screen. I hope you can see it. So what it has inside it, it'll give you, the meaning of all the kind of services that you can expose your workflow or rule as. It could be an API service, or it could also be a webhook. And if there's a
Okay.
form in that, it could be a user interface. Now, when you scroll down on here, it'll give you, explanation of all these things that you see there. And also
okay.
for the different kind of, authentication that you can establish for API. And you can use this also to kind of document that, how they want to set up. They can also set up as a username and password. So when you run that API, you would have to provide that username and password for it to be successful. Okay.
Okay. And that page is the view integration details, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You can just search for integration, and this will be one of the pages there on the documentation. So,
okay, great. Awesome. Thank you very much.
no problem at all. Okay, any other questions, guys? You can use the chat option. These were the pre-submitted questions I had, which I had visibility to on the chat. But if you have something in mind you want to talk over, you can just use the chat option. All right, it's 12:30. We can spend a couple of more minutes to see if we have any more questions coming. Otherwise, we can wrap up today's lunch and learn session. All right, Adrian, I think if you don't have any other pre-submitted questions, I think we are good to wrap up here.
Great. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining in.